Let me get this straight. To me, composition is not something you learn, it's something you absorb. Whether you're doing street photography or portrait, the thought process shouldn't be mathematical. It should come from within, it should be something to enhance your photo, and not something that inflates your ego when you align a grid on it. Because in most cases, I think it should be instinct rather than thought. Don't get me wrong, it can certainly be thought, but it must be first and foremost instinct. But I'm not pretending to teach you anything at all, just let you see some of my composition technique you can absorb and eventually use in your photography. Composition is not about following strict rules. It's more about feeling your way through a scene and positioning elements within the frame in a harmonious way. Just like composing a song and placing notes and chords. There are rules, for sure, but more like guidelines than strict rules. For instance, we can use the rule of third to place our subject at the intersection of the lines. But you don't have to stick to just one. Mixing these techniques can create more dynamic and interesting photos, because blending different compositional methods add layers and depth to your images. We can mix negative space, golden ratio and the rule of thirds with no limitation, as long as we always keep in mind that our goal is to create cool images and not flexing our ability to compose. Centering the eye is one of my absolute favorite techniques in photography. By placing the subject's eye along the central line of the frame, we create a strong focal point that naturally draws the viewer's attention. And it's especially effective for portrait, as it emphasizes the emotion and expression of the subject. For instance, in this portrait, I aim to evoke deep emotion and connect the viewer on a more personal level. However, this technique is versatile and can also be used for purely aesthetic reasons, enhancing the visual balance and harmony of the composition. It really depends on the effect you are trying to achieve with your photograph. Composing with colors is not that easy, and I'd say it's a bit situational. Here we have a palette of warm tones and the contrast of these blue lines and the jacket. Or here, there is a huge yellow triangle made by the train, and the bluish of the shadows. Or again, the warm tones. But once more, composing this way is cool, funny and rewarding, but it really depends on where you are and how you shoot. At least for me, there are surely some of you better than me at this. I choose this photo to underline once again that composition is not limited to just one at a time, but like in this case, I've used both colors and negative space. Negative space in photography is the empty area around the main subject. It outlines the subject, adds balance, and creates a simple, focused image. By removing all the unnecessary, you're giving emphasis to the only thing that really matters. You know, less is more, if you will. You don't have to go all the way down and remove everything, because by just keeping the background simple and with nothing too distracting, you are highlighting the subject. Also, black and white make it easier, I guess, but it's not mandatory at all as long as the subjects stand out. Pattern composition is about using repeating elements like shape, colors or lines. Really nothing more than that. As for colors, this can be very situational, but if you look closely, you'll see that patterns are everywhere. Human eyes love patterns and symmetry. Feed them. There's really nothing more to discuss here about pattern because it is what it is. By the way, if you made this far, it would be super cool if you subscribe to the channel. Another super cool composition technique, and probably my favorite ones, is adding abstract element into your composition. Abstract elements, be it shapes, color, texture, or patterns, inject a layer of intrigue and creativity into the frame. They challenge the viewer to look deeper and interpret the image in their own way. By adding something unexpected, these abstract components can transform a simple scene into something much more compelling. But they can also be used as a focal point because they draw the attention to a specific areas of your frames, or they can create balance and harmony, guiding the viewer eye through the composition. At the moment, I like to keep abstraction and reality balanced, but actually, who knows? And the last point for today's video is both layering and framing, because I think that these two aspects of photography can share a lot of similarities. Layering is a technique that uses elements at different distance from the camera to create depth and dimension in your images. By including subject in the foreground, middle ground and background, you guide the viewer's eye through the scene, make it more engaging. Personally, I really enjoy using reflection for layering, as they add extra interest and enhance the depth and the complexity of the photo. But this is me, you can do whatever you feel to. While framing is a powerful technique to enhance your composition. It involves encasing your subject through shapes created by windows, plants, other people, or pretty much anything you can find. This method directs the viewer attention to the subject while adding context and depth to the image. And the best part is, together these techniques help craft images that are engaging and guide the viewer's eye through a well-composed scene. I really hope you find this video helpful. If so, leave a like and let me know your thoughts in the comment, and if you use any other composition technique. You can find my Instagram and my portfolio in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.